Time to get you caught up on the latest business headlines. A staple of the Biden administration's plans has been to compete with China to become the world's leading producer of semiconductors. Last year, the president signed the CHIPS and Science Act, which allowed the government to subsidize chips made in the U.S. and create over 50 college programs. But despite these efforts, the administration seems to be at a massive worker disparity. For more on what that could mean and a lot more, let's bring in global business consultant Hilary Fordwich. Good morning, Hilary. Great to see you today. So President Biden has made the production of the CHIPS Act a big part of his economic pitch, banning exports of the technology to China. But the U.S. reportedly needs around 100,000 new workers in the field. So, Hilary, how do you think this plays out?
Well, pleasure to be back with you again, Alison. And the good news is, wouldn't we all want American jobs, American manufacturing? That's really good. A lot of this, by the way, did start before the Biden administration, particularly in Arizona. But you have major companies like Micron and Intel. They're so desperate for workers. And you're right, 100,000 projected shortfall by the end of this decade, 2030, that what these companies are doing is they're actually funding local community colleges where you can do an intense boot camp. For anyone that's watching that knows anyone that would like one of these jobs, for about 10 days. And then you can be qualified to work for their companies. And what they'll do is they'll then reimburse the fees. So the course is actually free. Now, what does this mean? For places like Syracuse, New York, where Micron has one of these big facilities, and Micron is doing this at local schools, it also means these $100,000 jobs are great for the community. But, Alison, what about all the other businesses? Good luck trying to find a waitress or a waiter or anybody else in those communities, because all of the people that want a job are going to go to these jobs. It's going to have dramatic effects in many communities.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think of it, having an effect on different jobs.